High frequencies, everyone. I want to tap in and talk to you all about the dream state on last night, and whatever else comes to mind during this conversation. But this has been probably, now I can say, probably the sixth dream that I've had, with in pertaining to the sky, where it kind of feels like an apocalypse, where it feels like the end of days. And so last night in the dream state, and it's still a little fuzzy, so my dreams lately haven't been as clear and vivid as usual, because my spirit, my body, physical, everything is getting a break. It goes through those waves, so I'm getting a bit of a break, but they still come through. It's just not as much work. But the part last night that stuck out the most and that I remember was I looked up at the sky and I saw a moon, and then I saw a double moon. And the dream was already futuristic. Now that I'm talking this, more is coming back to me, where a friend of mine was moving back here from out of town. She had got a job here, and she was helping me with some business. And we were going to this dentist office that was working. He was utilizing a lot of AI, robotic equipment. It was very high end. But anyway, going back to the sky. So we were leaving out of this building. And when we were leaving out of this building, I looked up at the sky, and the sky had one full moon on the left, and then I looked to the right, it had two full moons on the right that were like interlocked, like the Vesica Pisces. But instead of being side by side like the Vesica Pisces, it was more so at an angle. It's like one here and then one interlocked here, kind of like that, and that, like circle, circle. And so my first initial thought was kind of like a panic or anxiety, like, what is this? What is this? What is going on? What's going on? Then I calmed down. Once I was able to calm down and figure out, like, hey, this has happened before. Because every time it comes up, I seem to recall the last time that I had that same feeling that it happened. And I revisit that, and then I'm not, I kind of put myself at ease where I'm not, anxious or upset or anything like that. So at that point, I was like, okay, I've been through this before, and I don't get anxious, and yet I recognize it. And when I recognized it, that's when I became lucid. And when I became lucid, I was able to like soar up into the sky. And I soared up into the sky, and it was like, I don't know. It was like I was one with everything celestially, or, above the flat earth plane. And it didn't feel like what we think of, a lot of people think of as like the apocalypse, or, end of days, or I don't know. But I'm trying to get to a point where I'm piecing together the symbolism between me constantly receiving these dreams about either these multiple moons, or like when the sun turned into flames twice in the dream state I had, or when the skies turn pink twice in the dreams that I've had. What is the symbolism meaning? Not just, on a, 3D plane, but also internally for me. And so taking this time even right now to reflect on what is this? What is the meaning of this? What is going on internally? And I definitely feel like there are, which a lot of people are probably going through. I'm sure I'm not alone. We never are. going through a process of kind of like a death, so to speak. And the death is like a level up. It's okay. To best explain it, is like, okay, in this physical world, we have inevitably we are attached to things. Even just us being attached to ourselves, just being attached to this physical body, we are attached. And to release the attachment even to self, there has to be a death. There has to be a release. When I say death, I'm thinking about just releasing, letting go, putting to the past, letting those old ideas and movements be released from your consciousness. And so I do believe with the pink sky, with the sun turning to flames twice, with me seeing the pink sky twice, with me seeing the multiple moons I told you about that were going in a circle, and then they turned into diamonds, and then the clouds turn into like lava, seeing that, and now this becoming lucid. I only was lucid twice. This time, and the dream within a dream, when the sun turned into flames and I was able to talk to a spirit guide about what I should do. And then this time I became lucid. And so it's like even, I know I'm jumping around, but it's going somewhere in my head. So it's even like, you know, raising that energy up, starting from the root, going all the way up to the crown, then the soul star, and then the higher chakras. There is what we see externally, or what is being perceived externally, like we say in the dream state, are things that are going on internally in the inward world. And so it becomes a manifestation in the dream state, the dormant dream state, which will also become a manifestation in the waking dream state within the Buddha world. So I feel like everything that is being projected is just saying, hey, you know, this is you dying to self. This is a portion of you dying to self. And even the moon, that electromagnetic energy that's represented by the moon, because the moon actually creates waves within the ocean and water. Women sync up on their cycles with the moon. The moon also does represent cycles. And then we can look at cycles, the cyclical energy that is represented in Kemetic spirituality with Sekert. With that Sekert, again, that also, she represents death and karma. And she's the high magic witch, very high magic, but she also represents those cycles. And she allows you to raise to your highest self, your highest energy, going through that karmic and releasing the karmic energy is connecting with Tahuti, which is wisdom. So looking at the symbolism, and then it was 3 moons, not just 2, but 3, 2 interlocking and 1 alone. Even when we look at the symbol of the ancient Kemetic symbol of this Ankh, it's represented by the 3, the male, the child, and the woman, or the female. So we can look at it as that way, which is the 3, is the Trinity. And the Trinity bring forth more life. I'm getting a call, hold on.